And here we go. If I remember, in the previous video we had the subject matter experts seated at tables with the supervisor also in attendance. The person conducting the task analysis stands at the front of the room and leads the brainstorming sessions. One of the first things done was to define consensus. Next on the list was to define the duties comprising the job, write them on vanilla folders, and then sort them. Next, we defined the term task and then the criteria for a task statement. Then we defined the task for each duty and sorted the tasks. Next, we defined how to word a standard of performance. Then for each task, we defined the standards of performance plus ratings for difficulty, frequency, probability of error without training, and consequence of errors. We documented any safety procedures and any prerequisite training and added any applicable notes. Keep in mind that all this information is documented on paper or manila folders and must be compiled before it can be distributed, reviewed, and approved. Now let's look how the process can be done remotely by using Zoom and using a special piece of software called the Task Analysis Toolkit. There are two ways to set up the room. In either case, the participants are seated as before. One way would be to have a laptop or other type of computer with camera and microphone connected to the internet and in front of each SME. A second, and actually my preference, would be to have a table with a Zoom-capable laptop or computer on that table at the front of the room, connected by HDMI to a large TV screen. In either case, I would be on the other end of the Zoom meeting, sharing my screen and displaying active task analysis toolkit screens. The first thing I would do would be to click Start and sign in. Next, I would start a new job. That takes me back to the first screen where I can now select the new job and click Next. That takes me to the main menu where I can click the link to create duties. This is a screen where I will document the duties as SMEs call them out. Any and all duty-specific notes also go on this screen. Although I'm not going to demonstrate it here, the duties can be sorted after they are all defined. The next thing would be to go back to the main menu and define the tasks for the currently selected duty. This takes us to the screen where we will enter the task statement here in the top space. The next steps will be to define all of the task statements for all tasks in all duties and then sort those tasks in a logical order. Then it's back to the screens like this where we will add the remaining information for each task. Standards of performance go here. For this information, I'll put in 4 standards. Next, we would identify any special conditions associated with the task. Notes concerning the task go here. This is where I would document the need for any prerequisite training necessary to support the performance of the task. Next, we will identify the difficulty, the frequency that the task is performed, the probability of error if training is not provided, and the consequence if the task is not performed correctly. When we are all finished, we will mark the task as complete. When all of the duties and all of the tasks have been completed, we will come back to the menu and click on this option. That immediately produces the task analysis document, and as soon as we print copies, we're ready for final review and approval. The review and approval process is essentially the same as it would be if we were doing the task analysis on site. I will be sharing my screen, and the SMEs, along with the reviewers, will assemble in the conference room to review the task analysis. And since in most cases a task analysis results in structured on-job training, the OJT documents are just a few clicks away. The first step would be to define a course. Return to the menu screen. Select Course Routines and define a new course. The next step is to return to the menu screen and transfer the task to objectives in the newly defined course. A few more clicks and we have the trainee and trainer guides for the structured on-job training. In the case where additional training must precede the structured OJT, I will use the Objectives section of the toolkit. On the screens there, I can define the objectives along with any standards or conditions. I can also define the testing strategy, the practice strategy, and the content delivery strategy. When I'm all done, a few more clicks away and we have the design document for the course. And that's how the task analysis can be done remotely using Zoom. Thanks for watching.